this kind of party. I like this kind of party, baby. All right. Bring it, baby.
Back. It's prime time. It's a special edition of Prime Time Before High Stakes, and it's your host, High Speed 30, aka We Them Titans, aka we running y'all ass the fuck over. Alright, I got my co-host, my man, Mr. Matty Ice. What's up, bro?
What up? We back, baby.
Hey, we back. This is Before High Stakes. Let me get a little business out the way first. This is the #1 PS4 Sim League around. It's the Dynasty League. Look, we got the Dynasty Network going. If you want to go ahead and possibly win a bundle, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's the DML Network, and you can win a gold controller PS4 along with Madden 18. It's a bundle.
The GOAT edition.
The GOAT.
$20 PSN card and the Dynasty League T-shirt. We do it big in the Dynasty. We start a promotion to get our subscribers up, which is working. Also, we are like a TV show, Dre. What you think? You know, the all season been crazy going into 2024, man.
Absolutely, man. So, let's just go ahead and jump into it. You listen to Primetime, the #1 show on the Dynasty Network. Nah, hey, look, we don't get into all that #1 show shit. We just go ahead and do our thing. Look, all right, let's go into the off season.
We keep it real though. We don't tell
keep
no
it 100, keeping it real. Let's just jump into the first big thing that happened in the off season, man, and that was Expert fucking going over the cap. He got hit with the HBO penalty. He had to drop Jasper and Ross.
Right.
Two big key pieces to his roster.
Yes, sir.
What'd you think about that, Matt?
Man, I felt for him.
First inning.
I seen it when I woke up, because I'm up early in the morning too. I didn't say nothing. I felt for the man. But you know, it is what it is. I didn't think he was gonna get him back, and I thought, you know, he was in the chat room. I need a linebacker. He was looking at everybody's roster for their backup linebackers or a role player. And I think, you know what, he's a good user no matter who's he's using on the defensive backfield or linebacker. He could use whoever. So I think he'll be alright. He gonna still make the playoffs. He might take a hit because his middle ain't stopping the run no more with Rawls being gone, but he still finished 10-6. He'll be alright. And if you finish 10-6, you get into the dance. So he could get out the first round, second round, whatever may happen. He's a good user. So I didn't really think nothing of it. He asked me for Anthony Barr. I had plans for him, whether it was going to a couple people. I said, I'm sorry, you know, I wish I could help you. So I didn't think nothing of it. We moving on. He got his cap cleared, and we moving on, right?
But you know what? And I got to give it up to Expert, because the way he played it in the chat, I think he even traded for a linebacker with the Vikings before he.
Yes, he did.
He got his cap cleared.
Yep.
He dropped those two people, and he made some moves, man, to get his guys back. And during free agency, I thought the dude was strapped for cash. I was like, there's no fucking way he's gonna get his guys back.
I know Jasper was making a pretty penny, because when HBO had to release him, I think you remember, we were talking. Sturgeon was there. I think it was like the second round of free agency. Everybody's pretty much spent their money. I had a couple dollars. Expert had a couple dollars. You had a couple dollars, because we was all messing around about it. I think Houdini was even in on the bid, and he got Jasper for a lot of cash, and I got Sturgeon for a lot of cash. Okay, he paid him a lot of money, but he released him, got his cap cleared. So there goes that contract that he just paid a lot of money 2 seasons ago. So there you go, you just freed up some cap money. Okay. Now with the rules, I read the rules, because I was one of the guys. I was in the chat like, yo, what's going on? I even seen a co-commissioner say, no, you can't do that. You have to release him again. I'm not gonna mention their names. So I'm like, all right, so I don't know what's going on here. I really wasn't worried about it, but. Right before advance at midnight, Friday evening, I see a couple bids on the Bulls. The Texans user was hitting me up in my DM like, yo, how am I looking to get my players? I said, I don't know. Cowboys look like they're taking Jasper. So I went to the rule book. I read it a couple times and made sure I wasn't missing no words, how it was worded, and he can bid on them play. There ain't no rule against it. But what people were upset about, and I got the most respect for Expert. He's a good person in general, great user. But you just cleared your cap. You got your cap cleared. So you get your cap cleared. You now have the option to take your cap penalty closer to the edge by freeing up some cap space. So say like basically what I did. Anthony Barr was a 14 million. He'll free me up around 15 mil cap, but he's only a 3 million hit. He has the option to do this again, which I'm not saying he did. I looked at it. It doesn't look like he did nothing crazy because his cap wasn't that penalty was only around 5 mil. So you got the option to do that again, but you could also give Rawls a new contract that he wasn't asking for to be re-signed, or if it was big or small. There's a lot of options to play out, which I'm not saying what he did was his motives, but he made out, which is good for him, but it just doesn't look good, which there's no rules against it, so it was illegal. This is a loophole, which there's loopholes in life. You can't be perfect.
And you know what? And like when I was looking at it, I think I hit somebody up. I want to say it was SJ, but I was looking at the contracts. I said, "Damn, Expert gave out quarterback money to Jasper, and he gave out quarterback money to Rawls." Looking at their contracts, it's over $20 million, $100 million deals. But the beautiful thing for Expert is that this is the high stakes season, because if this wasn't the high stakes season, the final season, there's no way that he can be able to make that move going forward. It would just totally tear his team apart.
Yep. So, that's why, I don't think people. Now, the thing with me is people. I seen a couple people. I think it was like Garza or a couple people were saying it's because of who it is. Now, listen, I'm gonna put it out there. Dion is a fair dude. All right. You seen what happened with me with my trades vetoed and I couldn't trade. I ended up losing Brandon Cooks on the deal, who was already on my roster. I had to reverse the trade, and I've got that. I got the hammer. I got the law laid down on me. And guess what? I was on the phone with Dion the next day before the draft, talking about players in the draft. So I know Dion's a fair dude. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think it had anything to do with it being Expert, because I've seen Dion. I think just what happened was HBO is just not a smart user, and he didn't go look into the rules like Expert did and say, look, why can't I bet on these players? So
he didn't see what exactly he can do, and that was at free agency. Now I think his situation, it was during free agency.
That was John. We'll get into that too. That was John who had to release his linebacker and his wide receiver during the season, which you can't put bids on. You just sign them to the contract they asking for. So it's all different scenarios. I just think that Expert's smart. He looked at the rules, because he waited all day. He was asking about the rules, and if you look at the rules, I would have done the same thing. Look, where does it say that I release these guys and now I can't bid on them? It's just like the court of law. You getting around loopholes with the lawyer. He's just smart, and HBO to take the initiative to look. I know I can fix this. There's got to be a way. HBO just dropped the players and he's done. He ain't think about what Expert did. So we'll move on from that, man. It's high stakes. So it was a little gritty in the chat. People were mad, but I wasn't mad at all at anybody personally. I was upset about my character being judged on a rule on a violation that could have cost me a spot, which we'll talk about next. The point system, the free agency point system.
Hold on, let me jump into before we jump to the point system. Since we talked about HBO,
no doubt.
What's up with HBO, man? HBO is a good dude, because I had a good conversation with him yesterday after the draft. He's a good dude, and he got good intentions, man. Especially for Dynasty. He got a lot of energy, and I respect HBO for his hard work. HBO do a lot of hard work, more hard work than I'm gonna say 20 users, easy. Of course, Dynasty. So I big up HBO, but dog, he got another penalty with the Brazil trade. Went over the cap, and had to release 2 of his best players again, man.
So. I really, as you know, I wasn't around, so I really wasn't sure of what he did. But I can tell you this, while we're on this subject, that before I made the trade with Lord Farquaad and the Buffalo Bills, I had a deal in place that very little people knew about, because the last time someone went and opened their mouth about a deal, which was for the first overall pick with HBO, that got blown up. So I kept my mouth shut. I think you might have knew. I think I might have said something to you. I don't remember, but nobody knew. So I had to deal with HBO in place. I'm not gonna just. I'm not. Well, actually, I'm gonna talk about it because it was more in his favor. But I was also looking out for his cap penalty. I said, look, we're gonna make sure you don't go over the cap in this deal, and we'll be all right. Which I had the best intentions for him. I was to give him a first and a second for. This was before I made my deal with Farquaad for just Brazil. Pick 19 and pick 50, straight up. But then after the advance, Dre, I seen that I had to get rid of Anthony Barr and Tori Askew. Reason being, my cap was limited, and I was like 12 players under the 53 roster. So I knew I had like $6 million in cap, and the only people who made sense to get rid of the free cap was Anthony Barr and Tori Askew. So my backup plan was I was going to have to release them. You know, you guys sometimes as a GM, you gotta let people walk. It is what it is. So I was like, okay, I'll be all right, you know. So I really realized that I gotta get rid of these guys in a trade ASAP. They're still good players. It's high stakes. I had to do it regardless. It was gonna be very hard for me to make 53 man without going over my cap penalty, without releasing players. You know the deal, the GM style. So I said, all right, let me get rid of these. Let me dump these dudes off in a trade. So the first person I asked was HBO. Hey, you want to make Anthony Barr happen in this trade? He said he didn't really respond. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna go look elsewhere. All right, so I hit Farquaad up. I got to getting a linebacker back in return, who's like $500,000 cap salary, and same with the receiver. So you know, HBO, I guess he doesn't think, man. You know, it's a shame because he is a good dude.
Absolutely. All right, so moving on to the off season as far as the free agency. We got this point system in place where you have to bid at least 60 points in order to make it a legal bid, so to speak. And a lot of guys was getting fucked up on it because after they bid or after they signed, if you were to, for whatever reason, the points would change based off of either changing the position or you know what I'm saying. And so I don't even know what happened with. I seen that the Broncos had signed a punter with 14 points, so I didn't even see any ruling or anything with that.
Yeah,
but the point system is something that probably had to be addressed in Madden 18. I'm thinking because this season, I mean, we got one last season to go. Right. But that point system could have messed a few people up as far as with the Madden 18 draft position.
Yeah, absolutely. I was reading on the point system on a couple forums online and trying to find some information on it. It seems that team prestige plays a big factor in your points fluctuating. Also, I think if you go under my coach and then you go to schemes, all right, it changes. A lot of the times you can change the overall of the player once they sign or once you're looking at them on a different roster because your scheme matches the player card.
Yes, yeah.
So,
yeah,
great example. Vertical, Eric Ebron, vertical tight end. All right, vertical threat tight end. That's his scheme. I went and looked at my scheme. It was different. I changed it to his card, and I changed it to like a receiving tight end, or I changed it around. And his overall fluctuated 76, 78, 75, whatever. So what happens is I think I really don't show. There's a couple people who signed under 60 points. I know the Raiders signed Byron Jones to around 30 points. The Panthers signed a player for like 57 points.
It was the end, left end. It was for 7 points.
So you know, what really upset me is that I do a lot of stuff here. I was not pressured to do a show. I was not pressured to learn, to record. You know, I like doing this stuff. So really, like when my character is being judged out, like, hey, don't put it's not a good idea to put a last bid in before advance. It's like, damn, I didn't do that though. You know, like, and there's proof that the system, the points fluctuate. The points fluctuate after advance or whatever the case may be. The points fluctuate, whether it's a computer, whether it's the scheme, the prestige. It's like you really have no proof. This isn't a proven rule that the points don't fluctuate or that this works. So it's like the penalty, you know, I understand what we're trying to do here, but for something like that, you know, it's really borderline like we can fight it. You know what I'm saying?
It's definitely tough, but like you said, at the end of the day, I mean, I think for the most part, from what I've seen in Dynasty, I think Dion tried to be fair, straight down the middle, and just go by the letter of the rules, and then move forward from there. But on that particular rule, you know what I mean, it's hard because as you sign somebody, points go up or go down based off a position change or scheme or whatever the situation. So I think that's one of the things we probably have to look into when we get to Madden 18.
And he's reasonable,
you know what I mean?
and he's reasonable, and he's gonna look into it. So it's like I'm not really too worried about it, but I was kind of upset because he says right away, like, I didn't get a chance. Like, yo, what happened here? Because why would I, like experts said on Love Hate, why would he risk everything he's doing here to go to the cap panel? The same thing with me. Why would I risk everything I'm doing behind the scenes? I'm downloading software program to edit videos. I'm about to upgrade my laptop for this league. I'm recording, so if anybody hits me up like, yo, can you record? Of course I can. When do you want to do it? Mind you, I bought that recording system out of my own money. Tazarelli helped me hook it up. Why would I risk that, all that stuff? Why would I do all that just to risk my character of breaking rules off 1 point, Dre? Eric Ebron, I don't know what happened, but I had him at least around 63, 68.
Right.
1 point, 59 points. So I understand what, he's looking at it, and he's a judge, and he's very fair. He's a good dude. I've held very conversations with him. He gives everybody the benefit of the doubt. Everybody's on the same playing field. No one's on a pedestal. So, it was just like, yo, like I tried to hit him up about it. I wasn't questioning nobody, so we'll move on. The point system, it fluctuates. It has to, man. It's crazy. It's been a crazy all season, huh?
All right. It's definitely been a crazy high stakes off season.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about one more guy before that I want to talk about and in my mind he has to be one of the worst GMs, if not the worst GM. The San Diego Chargers GM, aka Breezy, aka trade my 5th pick and then trade back up one of my best players for the 6th pick to get a average receiver. I mean, is that what we doing?
Can you give me the I seen some of it. I was out most of the day yesterday. I tried to keep up as much as possible. I know
he traded out of the 5th pick. He got fleeced by the Jags, okay? Because he traded back for the 15th and 29th pick. I mean, okay, if he wanted 2 first-round picks, in a draft like this, okay, I'd have respected him if he'd have took that receiver that he got at 15. He probably could have got him at 15. And then he would have had the 29th pick. So what he ended up doing is trading back up with the Chiefs to the 6th pick, giving up Joey Bosa.
Wow.
And that 15th pick. And he tossed in the 3rd round pick just for the fuck of it. So at the end of the day, he traded back one slot to the 6th pick. You know what I mean? And the only thing he picked up was a 4th round. But then he gave the Chiefs a 3rd round. So I didn't like it.
So you're telling me, all right, we start off with the 5th overall pick, okay? We trade for a late first, what was it, 28, and then pick 15.
15th
right?
and 29th, I think.
Okay, so now we're sitting at pick 15 and 29, okay, which is, would I have done it with one season ago? Probably not. Okay, that's just me. 5th overall pick, you're getting a player. If you know how to scout, you're getting a player. You're getting a player that you need. All right.
Yeah.
So then, all right. So we're sitting at 15 to 29. So then you're telling me that you give up to move back in the top 10, which is almost top 5, 6 overall. You give up Joey Bosa. There's a beast DN. All right. So there you go. You already took a hit. When you were sitting at 5 overall, you didn't have to do none of this. You give up Joey Bosa, the 15th overall, and a 3rd round pick.
Exactly.
To get a receiver.
A slow development.
It's just, I don't know, maybe we'll learn one day. It's just, I don't know what's worse. Either that, or Flair swapping picks with KP, knowing that Flair can't compete, and letting the receiver go, which is good, hit free agency and not re-signing him. I don't know what's worse. Jackson Gabriel going to the Bears for free, after you just gave up the 3rd overall pick for the 32nd overall pick. I don't know what's worse, man. I really don't. It's crazy.
To be honest with you, I don't even call that worse because him and KP won 4 Super Bowls together, man.
So you said
them guys won 4 Super Bowls. They working together, man.
It's crazy. Like KP, like before I was in Dynasty, all right. I'm pretty sure this started with his quarterback. I'm pretty sure he got Nevis with that same kind of swap. But he got a swap where he got 2 firsts in a row from him. So he had like I forget how it went down. I wasn't even in Dynasty yet, and I'm hearing about this. So it's kind of crazy, bro. You know, I know it's a lot of stuff's gonna change going into Madden 18, but that kind of stuff kind of impacts the league. We have powerhouse teams because of stuff like that, and Flair just keeps going back to the same user, and it's crazy, man. It really is. But we in high stakes. Last season of Madden. What's your thoughts going into it, man? I know it's both our first high stakes, right?
Yeah, this is my first high stakes. Me, I'm not worried about it. We coming out balling. I mean, we got to the AFC title game. Came up a little bit short. It was a tough game that we lost. We had to play the Broncos, who's a great user, and Madden, so it's hard to beat both.
No doubt.
We came up a little short, and we just looking to get back, man. We're looking to get back to that place and try to win it all, man. That's where our goal is.
So what? Can you tell me what happened? How you lost? I didn't get to watch the game. That was kind of late for me. Okay, I think we lost Andre. All right, that's the Dynasty Primetime off-season high-stakes edition. You're listening to DML Network, #1 PS4 Sim League. We out.
The Dynasty Madden League Network, the worldwide leader in CFM.